Ellie. Ellie?
Ow, that looked like it hurt. Alright, that was our short stint as Ellie. Went alright for a bit, till it really didn't. We have an all-new antagonist to mix into things. This game's complimented a lot for its storytelling, and it has a lot of really good scenes, so I don't disagree, but I'm hoping that the next game has more nuanced antagonists, because, we already have zombies to be, like, unambiguous bad guys for us to shamelessly murder and or whatever, you know, wipe them all out and not feel bad about it because they're zombies. You don't really have to make the bad guys pedophile cannibals. That's a little... kind of taking a shortcut there, aren't you? God damn. How long has it been? We're just better now? No, we're not.
Where the hell are you?
Seems like we're gonna adapt to being kind of our old selves relatively quickly, though, isn't it? Let's see. Make one of these. We are loaded up at the moment. Nothing I can craft quite at the moment, though. I mean, nothing to buy. You're welcome to agree or disagree, but, I just find this chapter's antagonists more interesting during the tense negotiations of figuring out how to trade deer meat for medicine out in the wild, not knowing each other and not knowing whether you can trust each other or whether either of you would go out for the deal or try to subvert it or ambush people at steps along the way, and like that's all really interesting stuff. And shooting an army of cannibals is somewhat less interesting than that. I think the issue, to an extent, they're both ways outside, I guess. I think the issue to an extent is just the how did out of all the people here, no one found, I guess no one questioned where she came from to think that oh, that's what's going on, is she's a distraction. She came from that direction. That means that's where he was. No? But I think part of the issue comes from the fact that Naughty Dog can only really make this type of game. Like, this is their wheelhouse right now, is making a level where you shoot antagonists, like a lot of them, in a semi-linear level. And they're good at that, but that means that the narrative has to always fold back into that. So while you're on these journeys, every single character you meet is either an ally that helps you fight the bad guys, or a bad guy, because that's the only way that you can interact with them. The type of negotiations and stuff like that I think is, like, those little scenes that are more nuanced and not just about evil people and good people encountering each other, are the type of thing that might be handled by, like, the dialogue system of Deus Ex or something, or LA Noire, or like other games that are more dialogue driven. And that's decidedly not a system that that they've proven to be willing to do. As far as I can tell, Naughty Dog just refuses to do anything other than straight linear narratives that always play out the same way. They've gotten really good at that, but it means that they're somewhat limited in that since the gameplay will never change, that means that the gameplay and the narrative have to always feed together, and sometimes the narrative might be limited by the style of gameplay you're going with.
Ellie!
Your story has to always feed back into being a series of shooty levels or stealth levels where you pick up some stuff, fight some dudes, and do what you can with that. And I like that. In particular, I like that that Ellie scenario is really interesting, just because you're so down to so few objects to deal with to help yourself out. That, like, that's one of the values to me in general of Last of Us, is that it's just really tense scenarios where you only have so much to work with and you have to make it count. God damn it, of course they saw me instantly. Well, right back to it, huh? Jeez, there's like 5 of them. Headshot. Or not. What? Okay. He's down that time. Let's see. None of that? Nope. Okay. Okay, they have a better angle than I thought. Going for cover. Hit. Where you going, buddy? Does Ellie have my bow, or do I have a bow? Okay. Humans feels like a weird time to use a flamethrower. Mainly because of the close range elements and stuff like that. The flamethrower would have really come in handy a moment ago as Ellie, actually. Too bad. Line of sight looks fairly blocked. Yeah. That's what I thought. Those are some good antibiotics.
Cover me! I'm moving up!
It really,
Find him before he gets away.
really is too bad for them that they chose to give her antibiotics instead of just taking her on the spot. If that was...
2 ways out of this.
They really chose the worst possible approach. Not only did they let her go, which allowed her to get away and fight a bunch of dudes and kill, like, 20 more of their men, but also the way more dangerous dude that caused all this is now free.
Let's keep... What the fuck was that?
Yeah, what the fuck was that, huh?
Don't let him get you.
Only 1 kill, really? I'm always disappointed by the proximity bomb. Even though I think it's cool. Good for defensive purposes, but I always think it's gonna take out more dudes when I throw them at them. And then it just doesn't. That's too bad. Hey guys. Oh, they literally retreated. It's kind of interesting. Y'all straight up ran away. It's a reasonable reaction to a giant explosion wiping out one of your dudes and then somebody else being shot in the back. That's a strong case of I don't have control of the situation, I better leave right now. I can't go inside this building. Well, it's probably full of stuff I want. I think the gist of what I'm getting at is a little bit is just that I kind of want Naughty Dog to push themselves to do things new as opposed to just refining what they do forever. Because Last of Us is really interesting, but there's only one of it. And Uncharted, while I kind of got swept up in it at first, I just got sequel fatigue, because I felt like they were just making one game over and over again. And I'm a little worried that that'll kind of feel that way with these games eventually. I think it's a natural concern when you have a game that feels kind of special, that when they're making a sequel to it, there's the fear that each sequel will make the games less special. Then there's also the fear with like Telltale games or BioWare that as you refine, as they do what they think is refining their series, they actually start scraping off the interesting parts. Like Mass Effect turning each game more and more into a shooter as opposed to the RPG it started as, and so on. That did not work out. Could have gone better. Hopefully one of those arrows looks like it still works. Got that going for me. Does he see me? He does. Alright, got clipped. Oh, and he's still fine. Great. That gun's not working out at the moment. That was a terrible miss. Can't believe I fucked that up. I'm dead. No, he's dead. You can tell because he's dead. It's a bit of a giveaway. I can't believe I have no hunting rifle ammo. This one has piercing though. Got him. There we go. Sorry about that. Not really. To an extent, you'll remember that in some of the early stuff I was kind of minimizing casualties a bit. And some of that was kind of the fact that the first group of people were just like some thugs that we were just dealing with. And we were actually the aggressors in that situation, and it was because it was over a matter of stolen weapons, which is like not the most, it's not the most like capital offense in the world. They were in the wrong supposedly, and we were going after what was ours, but I didn't feel the need to kill everybody. But over the course of the next areas, when you have like the guys that are like executing people while they're begging for their lives, and they're not even getting good loot off of it, they're just killing them in case there might be some loot, and then there isn't even, so they're just like after somebody who struggled to survive for decades in this setting has their life cut out because somebody just decided they should die, and that was it. And just anonymous killing basically is like so much darker than the first group. So I was way more interested in trying to stealth past all the enemies and not and minimize casualties at first, because I wasn't convinced that it was reasonable to kill them.
Gotcha! Finish him off! Hold him still! Oh, shit! Handcuff me. Let me go, I'll fuck you up. What the? You wait here. Now, the girl. Is she alive? What girl? I don't know no girl. Fuck! Focus right here, right here. I'll pop your goddamn knee off. The girl. She's alive. She's David's newest pet. Where? In the town. In the town. Now you're gonna mark it on the map. And it better be the same exact spot your buddy points to. Mark it. It's right there. You can verify it. Go ask him. Go on. I tell you, I ain't lying. I ain't. Fuck you, man. He told you what you wanted. I ain't telling you shit. That's all right. I believe him. No, wait! Wakey, wakey. Come on.
Let's go! Stop!
I warned you.
I'm infected! I'm infected!
Really?
So are you. Right there. Roll up my sleeve. Look at it!
I'll play along.
What'd you say? Everything happens for a reason, right?
What the hell is that? She would have turned by now. It can't be real. Looks pretty fucking real to me.
God damn, Ellie, look at you.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Oh, fuck.
Where you going, Ellie?
Now here's some incentive to stealth. Close the door. Why is there not a close the door button in this game? Fuck you. Can't use this door now, I guess. Whoa. Oh, it's having a weird interaction with me pushing out the window. Or out the door.
Okay, I can do this.
Got one of those. The funny thing is I kind of want them to make it more ambiguous in part so that then... Why was my light on? That's a terrible idea. If it was more ambiguous... If they're more ambiguous as antagonists than these scenes where... Oh yeah.
I'll take the kids to the shelter.
Oh, fuck.
But if the teams here were a bit more ambiguous about who it's okay to do things to and stuff like that, suddenly those scenes with Joel get way darker if he's not just torturing, like, you know, somebody who is a cannibal and works for a cannibal pedophile, possible rapist. They just stack up the reasons why it's okay. Let's not say okay, let's say okay enough is more what the reasons they give. Thankfully there's a giant goddamn blizzard helping me out here. I don't think they are finding me so far. Does he see me?
Oh, shit.
Shit!
Watch my back.
I've got a bottle. Shit! Hey, that's useful. For exactly one enemy.
Whoa.
Shit, that was a miss.
I got this fucking.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Cover me. I'm moving up.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You don't got shit. I'ma die now. I'ma die now. Excuse me. Shit. Did he see me? Grab the bottle. These are super useful. Can I crawl into something? Use your size to your advantage. Was that a line from earlier in this game? It's a surprisingly good stealth indicator. Just the panic of hearing that sound that's like... Like, oh shit, I'm near something.
This place is a damn maze.
They're trying to lean towards some ambiguity because suddenly they're adding a little nuance of like... you hear a woman's voice all of a sudden, which like you would kind of think they didn't have women. And then you find out that they also have kids.
Relax, not biting anybody. I'm saying we have a real situation here. We already have a situation. We're gonna take care of it. Stay focused. Find it.
Fuck. Fuck. Here he comes. God damn it, how do they always... Is that just a really loud action? They always seem to hear me. Or did he not hear me? Maybe he heard me. think I got away with that. Getting just enough that I'm worried. Other guy's not seeing me over here. Fuck. God damn it. Oh, cover's not working out there. Oh, son of a bitch. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Shit. I threw the brick into a pole. That did not work out. Sure hope this goes somewhere. Oh boy, it sure doesn't.
How do I get out of here?
Yeah, that's the correct response. Ah. That was me walking on like a broken plate. We're at 2 medkits again, and 2 bullets. Got so little work with here. It's effective. Oh, hello. Another medkit. I should just use one of these then. Especially since she has like a separate inventory, I think, entirely. And I don't think I get to keep it after we're done being her. Fuck. I had pipe bombs. In fact, I was kind of wondering what I could do with that pipe bomb during this exact level. But it's gone. Or not pipe, what are they called? What's the game call them? I can't open the crafting menu as Ellie, I forgot. Or I can't now. Lots of plates scattered around to make noise. Wait, I'm sorry, what did that say? Oh, all you can eat. Going into a buffet after encountering cannibals is concerning, but I read that as at first I thought it said you are what you eat. I'm like, that's pretty fucking funny considering the situation right now. How much fucking broken glass do they put everywhere? That's not good. That's a video game mechanic if I've ever seen one.
How did you do it? It's all right. Nowhere to go. You want out? You're gonna have to come get these keys. No, you're not infected.
Hey buddy, how's that feel? Oh, okay.
That was good, kid. It's gonna be all right.
Oh, I thought that was my knife sticking out of him for a second there. Stealth breaking plate's bad. There you go. Woohoo. Okay. Creepy. Creepy. That went shockingly well. That might be the most successful stealth section I've ever done. Oh, here we are. That went weirdly well. Whoa. At the car wash. I do dig the multi-perspective stuff going on in this chapter. Really, I like most of the scenes of this chapter. It's just they went so far to make them unambiguously evil that it's like, then when they try to walk it back by being like, they've got kids somewhere off camera, it almost feels like they it kind of feels like it was ADR'd in to retroactively, like almost like retcon how unambiguously evil they were, but without having to do the work of actually changing anything about the scenes. But it doesn't, I don't think it works. I think they're still pretty clearly almost just excessively evil. Oh shit, there's another guy? Got bad news for you guys. I've got a shotgun, and I've been saving it for something like this. Every now and then I forget that shooting while not aiming is reload, so I'll press like 3 other buttons trying to find the reload button. It's a relatively intuitive mechanic for a game where you have to manually pop into aiming mode. It's just that no game does that. Oops. It was coming up behind me. How you feeling, buddy? Spent? Like these shotgun casings? Ow! Alright, you're quick on the draw. Stop that. Yep. Ow. You guys don't often run straight for me like that. That was a surprise. Oh, my light's on? How long is it? Oh, that's probably not helping me with the stealth. I didn't even notice because everything was white already. Ellie's backpack. Little charm on it, a radioactive symbol. We had pins.
What is this? Where the hell is Ellie's stuff here?
And a lot of shoes. Just like the other place. Like, somebody might argue back about the unambiguously evil stuff, but seriously, piles of shoes is straight up Holocaust imagery. You are literally trying to compare your characters to the Nazis when you start having piles of shoes in your game to represent the number of lives taken. Like, it's really, that's like one of the most shortcut things you can take.
Oh, Christ. I gotta find her. I gotta find her.
It's a good thing they're, you know, wrapped up. We wouldn't want to have naked corpses of the cannibals. They'll eat people, but they won't abide by nudity.
Holy shit. Ellie.
You gotta learn to aim for some better spots when you have plot important enemies, Ellie. You're really good at taking them down in one go when they're not voiced by Nolan North. Ow.
I knew you had heart. You know, it's okay to give up. Ain't no shame in it. I guess not. Just not your style, is it? You can try begging.
Fuck you.
You think you know me? Huh? Well, let me tell you something. You have no idea what I'm capable of. Stop! Stop!
Fucking touch me!
Okay, it's me! It's me! It's me! Look! Look! It's me.
He tried to...
Oh, baby girl. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh.